Hello friends and welcome to the Architecture Enthusiast. The Eiffel Tower, completed in 1889, is a wrought iron lattice tower on the Champ de Mars in Paris, France. It is named after the engineer Gustave Eiffel, whose company designed and built the tower. Locally nicknamed La Dame de Fer, French for Iron Lady, it was constructed from 1887 to 1889 as the centerpiece of the 1889 World's Fair. Although initially criticized by some of France's leading artists and intellectuals for its design, it has since become a global cultural icon of France and one of the most recognizable structures in the world. The tower is 1,083 feet tall, about the same height as an 81-story building and the tallest structure in Paris. Its base is square, measuring 410 feet on each side. The tower has 3 levels for visitors, with restaurants on the first and second levels. The top level's upper platform is 906 feet above the ground, the highest observation deck accessible to the public in the European Union. The design of the Eiffel Tower is attributed to Maurice Koechlin and Émile Nouguier, 2 senior engineers working for Eiffel. It was envisioned after discussion about a suitable centerpiece for the proposed 1889 Exposition Universelle, a World's Fair to celebrate the centennial of the French Revolution. The main structural work was completed at the end of March 1889, and on March 31, Eiffel celebrated by leading a group of government officials, accompanied by representatives of the press, to the top of the tower. Because the lifts were not yet in operation, the ascent was made by foot, and took over an hour, with Eiffel stopping frequently to explain various features. The tower was an instant success with the public, and nearly 30,000 visitors made the 1,710-step climb to the top before the lifts entered service on May 26. After dark, the tower was lit by hundreds of gas lamps, and a beacon sent out 3 beams of red, white and blue light. 2 searchlights mounted on a circular rail were used to illuminate various buildings of the exposition. Eiffel had a permit for the tower to stand for 20 years. It was to be dismantled in 1909 when its ownership would revert to the city of Paris. The city had planned to tear it down. Part of the original contest rules for designing a tower was that it should be easy to dismantle, but as the tower proved to be valuable for radio telegraphy, it was allowed to remain after the expiry of the permit, and from 1910 it also became part of the International Time Service. The lights were turned on starting from the base of the tower and continuing to the top to welcome 2000 with a huge fireworks show. An exhibition above a cafeteria on the first floor commemorates this event. The searchlights on top of the tower made it a beacon in Paris's night sky, and 20,000 flashing bulbs gave the tower a sparkly appearance for 5 minutes every hour on the hour. The arrangement of the lifts has been changed several times during the tower's history. Given the elasticity of the cables and the time taken to align the cars with the landings, each lift, in normal service, takes an average of 8 minutes and 50 seconds to do the round trip, spending an average of 1 minute and 15 seconds at each level. The average journey time between levels is 1 minute. The original hydraulic mechanism is on public display in a small museum at the base of the east and west legs. Because the mechanism requires frequent lubrication and maintenance, public access is often restricted. The rope mechanism of the North Tower can be seen as visitors exit the lift. The tower is painted in 3 shades, lighter at the top, getting progressively darker towards the bottom to complement the Parisian sky. It was originally reddish-brown. This changed in 1968 to a bronze color known as Eiffel Tower brown. The only non-structural elements are the 4 decorative grillwork arches, added in Sauvaster's sketches, which serve to make the tower look more substantial and to make a more impressive entrance to the exposition. Maintenance of the tower includes applying 60 tons of paint every 7 years to prevent it from rusting. The tower has been completely repainted at least 19 times since it was built. Lead paint was still being used as recently as 2001 when the practice was stopped out of concern for the environment. The Eiffel Tower is the most visited monument with an entrance fee in the world. 6.91 million people ascended it in 2015. It was designated a monument historique in 1964, and was named part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1991.